Hello viewers, I'm Simon Preston and this is Reggae Boys Commentary with another video for you all today. And the latest news that I have for you all is that former Jamaican international Ricardo Fuller has retired from professional football. He has done so at 36 years of age. What an outstanding football player that Wildy Boo has been, not only for Jamaica but also at club level as well. If you look on Stoke City fans channels forum and everything like that on the Outkick, they're high of praise and admiration for him, and they have him a part of their all-time greatest ever team. So it just shows the impact that he made over that 6-year period for Stoke City between 2006 and 2012. During that period of time, Ricardo Fuller was part of the championship team of the year in 2007-2008, and in August 2008 he got the Premier League Goal of the Month award for his goal against Crystal Palace. Sorry, not Crystal Palace, against Aston Villa. Can you imagine? It happened like this. Gareth Barry, who was playing for Aston Villa, he lost the ball, went to Rory, straight to Rory Delap. Rory Delap played to Olofinjana. Olofinjana played it to Liam Lawrence. Liam Lawrence with a 15-yard pass to Ricardo Fuller. Ricardo Fuller with a cheeky little flick over the Aston Villa defender, made an acute angle for himself, but he slotted it right into the back of the net. Pass, Brad Friedel. Wonderful game of football that was, and he really showed why he was such an asset to the team. They even created a song for him at Stoke City. Stoke City's number 10, Ricardo Fuller. They really had a lot of admiration for him, and it's good to see when you have Jamaican players at clubs and they're excelling and shining and they're assets to the team. And during Tony Pulis's era, you could see how much of a player he was. In his first season in the Premier League, Ricardo Fuller, he created a history as a Jamaican international as well. In the 2008-2009 season, which is the season that Stoke is his first season in the Premier League, Ricardo Fuller scored 11 goals in 34 games for Stoke City. And that's in the Premier League. What that means is that he averaged a goal every 3 games, basically. Quite remarkable, isn't it? And remember, in his last season for Stoke City as well, that was in the 2011-2012 season, he played in the UEFA Europa League, and he scored in the Europa League against Besiktas, away. He scored some fantastic goals throughout his career, club-wise. He scored against the likes of Newcastle, he scored against Portsmouth, he scored against Arsenal on a number of occasions, he scored against Liverpool, he scored against some really top teams, Manchester City in the FA Cup. He scored some big goals throughout his career. Bolton Wanderers, another team that he scored against, West Bromwich Albion, Hull City, West Ham United. What an outstanding player he has been. So he's, out of his 6 years at Stoke City, he spent 4 of them in the Premier League. And other than Stoke City, there is another club that he represented in the Premier League, and that was Portsmouth in the 2004-2005 season. I'm happy the progression that he made after that season under Harry Redknapp, because the media and fans were calling him glass knees because he was always getting injured. But when he signed for Stoke, it was a pay-as-you-play deal, and then that was turned into a regular contract for him. I'm really happy to see him transform into an asset. And believe it or not, in 2008-2009 season, when Jimmy Bullard was called up for England, there were even talks on social media in the form of Facebook and also in the general media about Ricardo Fuller. If he wasn't representing Jamaica, why not him being a 4th choice striker for England? So he's created some waves across England and even Scotland as well when he played for Hearts as well. He scored 8 goals in 27 games in the Scottish Premier League as well. In all competition it was 10 goals in 29 games. So he stick to his average of a goal every 3 games. So Ricardo Fuller, how did his career progress? Well, he started off in 1999 at Tivoli, and in 2001 he left for Crystal Palace, and then he went on loan to Hearts. Then he went to Preston North End between 2002 and 2005. Then he was at Portsmouth, He was at Southampton for 2 years. He was at Ipswich on loan for 3 games where he scored 2 goals. And after Stoke City, he spent a season with Charlton Athletic in the Championship, another season with Blackpool, Millwall as well in the last season, the 2014-2015 season, and this season he only played a cluster of games for Oldham Athletic where he only played 7 games. So if you tabulate his entire career in club football, out of the 486 games that he played, he scored 120 goals, which is an average of just a shade over 1 goal every 4 games. Not bad, isn't it? Although you want to see strikers aiming for a goal every other game at least, Ricardo Fuller has done reasonably well. What has he done internationally? He scored key goals. His last game for Jamaica came in a 0-0 draw against Antigua and Barbuda in St. John's in the 2014 World Cup qualifiers. That was our away match, that encounter. He played 73 matches for Jamaica, scored 9 goals. Some key goals that he scored against the United States in the 2005 CONCACAF Gold Cup, where we went down 3-1 in the quarterfinals. He scored in 2002 against Japan, away from home, in a 1-1 draw. He scored against Mexico at the National Stadium in a crucial World Cup qualifier where we beat them 1-0 in the 2010 World Cup qualifiers. There was a deflection on it, but he got the goal shooting on his left foot. I'll never forget the commentary that was given for that goal on that day, for that match. I remember it very well. It was Simon Crosskill, and he said, Fuller on the left foot, tries to chip it. Oh, he has. Ricardo Fuller has given Jamaica the start that they desperately wanted. He created so much waves. I remember being in that stadium that day, and trust me, those 4 minutes of stoppage time was the longest 4 minutes ever of my life. Seeing the likes of Carlos Velo, and you're seeing as well Jamal Campbell-Rice making a meal of, not necessarily making a meal, but strutting his stuff, you could say, against Guardado on that day, and really putting the crowd into life with all the salads and things like that. So he really made an impression there as well. Other goals that Ricardo Fuller scored for Jamaica, it wasn't many, because many would say that the system that Jamaica played didn't fit him well, despite being a striker, because his goal per game ratio Jamaica was not very good, you could say. He averaged a goal every 8 games for Jamaica, and as a striker you'd wanted it better. But the system that Jamaica played didn't give him that opportunity to express himself in front of goal that much. There were occasions where he had to collect the ball from midfield and drift wide, beat a man. He has more assists for Jamaica than he has goals, to be honest with you. He has 20 assists for Jamaica. I'll never forget that game against Panama in the 2006 World Cup qualifiers, where he beat a few players, chipped the ball into the box, and then Theodore Whitmore gave us that goal to help us tie 1-1. So Ricardo Fuller has played in tournaments for Jamaica. He played in the 2005 edition of the CONCACAF Gold Cup and the 2009 edition of the CONCACAF Gold Cup. He was also a member of Jamaica's under-20 team in 1998, and then he made his debut in the next year in 1999, where he had dreadlocks. So he has been a fantastic servant for Jamaica and for his clubs that he has played in Europe. What are your thoughts, Reggae Boys fans? Do you think that Ricardo Fuller could have played a bit longer in his career? He only retired at 36, and sometimes today professional football players retire closer to 40. 38, 39, 40. Do you think that he could have had another year or 2 playing in England? Because he was playing League One football, and he probably could have played League One or even Championship football, in my opinion, or League Two. I think he could have done that as well. But for me, honestly, I always enjoyed watching Ricardo Fuller play. I wouldn't say that he's my favourite reggae boy, but he's one of the best players that I've seen in a reggae boy jersey from a Jamaican-born standpoint. He really impressed, and a lot of players have been given the opportunity for Jamaica, but they don't hit the expectation levels. But Ricardo Fuller did what he could for Jamaica, and there are some pleasant memories that we have from him playing for Jamaica, and we're really happy for him to be a servant for our country. I'm Simon Preston. Don't forget to leave your comments in below about this as well, if you think that he could have played a few more years in England. And do you think that he should help Jamaica in another capacity, perhaps being a striker coach, or playing at the under 20 level, and the under 20 or level, or under 17 level in that coaching capacity? Do you think that he should get into punditry analysis? Let me know here in the comments below. Don't forget to share the video as well, like and subscribe.